Bless the rains down in South Texas. It's raining today, you guys. Relief. Everybody, how are you? Thank you for joining me once again. I am discussing my top 10 Frank Zappa albums. I have another video where I list all 10, the ones released in his lifetime. Now I'm kind of going more in depth on each one as to tell you why I like it, encourage you to check it out because I think you will like it. I would love to know in the comments down below what your favorite Zappa albums are, what you think of my favorites, what you think of this album, what you think should be in the top 10 list, all that kind of stuff. We all have a lot of time on our hands these days to listen to music, and so I'm always looking for more, and hopefully I can encourage others to check out some Zappa. But anyways, number 4, the Grand Wazoo. I would say my top 5 albums in this list, any of these 5 could be my favorite on any given day. This one was probably easily my favorite for years and years and years. This is one of his big band albums, one of his jazzier things, released in 1972. Got a lot of horn players, a lot of percussionists. Features George Duke on a couple tracks. Ainsley Dunbar on drums, who we're not going to get into who Zappa's best drummers are, but Ainsley Dunbar, man, whew. But this is 5 songs. One of them has vocals, proper vocals, that is. It is the first track for Calvin and his next 2 hitchhikers. And that's kind of a slower, weirder, somberer number. And the lyrics are about, where did they come from? When did they come from? Where did they go? It's kind of about like these hitchhikers that they pick up that have this sort of mysterious vibe about them. And then after these lyrics, which occur I think within the first about 3 minutes of the song, it then goes into all these other parts, including a reference to New Brown Clouds, which would later appear in Gregory Peccary, which was released on Studio Tan. But after the lyrics, there are no more lyrics for the rest of the album. And it almost feels like it's a concept album, like that intro song we're introduced to whoever Calvin and his next 2 hitchhikers are. And the rest of the tracks are sort of the musical description of their journey. So you have that song, which is pretty much kind of has a little probably improvisational chaos at the end, but I think a lot of it is probably written out. And then you go right into the Grand Wazoo, which is like this lengthier 10 plus minute song that is this like 2.5 minute composed part in the beginning. There's a slide guitar solo in there. And then you go into this long middle section where you have a couple different horn solos, and then you go back into the main theme at the end. It's this long number, lots of horns, huge sound, just has some really funky riffs in it. It's just an absolutely amazing song. And that is all of side 1. If you are lucky enough to track down this on vinyl, that is side 1. If you want to check this album out and you find it on Spotify, for some reason Spotify has flipped the first 2 tracks, so the Grand Wazoo appears first and For Calvin appears second. Flip those, make your own playlist and put those in the proper order, because I think the album works better when For Calvin is first. So that's side 1. Side 2 has 3 songs. First one, Cletus Auritus Auritus, is this fun, almost cartoonish with these barrel house pianos, and there's vocals in here, but no lyrics. It's like ba ba da ba 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 ba, almost like an operatic type thing. It's like a fun, silly, exhilarating song. Then it goes into Eat That Question, which has a heavy George Duke presence, this really awesome riff, and then Duke solos. Zappa comes in solos. It's kind of it's the heaviest, probably the heaviest song on this album, and definitely has a jam aspect to it. And then the album closes out with Blessed Relief. And if ever the title of a song matched the way a song feels, Blessed Relief is it. It feels like after this journey with Calvin and his next 2 hitchhikers, we now have this closing song which brings us all blessed relief. It also has a little head, a composed theme, some solos, and then you kind of finish out the song. It is just you want to just exhale and relax after listening to it. So this is an amazing album. If you like it, if you check it out, then I think you'll really like Waka Jawaka. That has some of a similar vibe. The Wazoo album, they released a live concert from Boston from this tour that has the Grand Wazoo and then other instrumental songs on it. I think it was called Think It Over was the working title for Grand Wazoo. Might be what it's called on the Wazoo album, though they might have given it the Grand Wazoo name as it is on here. But it's a great album. Just Zappa at his most sort of jazzier, I mean, I hate to use that word because a lot of what he does is jazz, but it's him just like, he was in a wheelchair, he was like, you know, experimenting with different stuff, and I think this was like one of his, you know, the silver lining that came out of being in a wheelchair for like, you know, 9 months. So anyways, that's my number 4 album. Enough rambling for me. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. And everybody, stay safe. Talk to you later.